No, I forgot what I wanted to say. Completely. I had the thought, and then
and then
it went.
Hello guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Yes, and welcome
back, guys.
and Happy New Year, guys. If you made it to 2015, well done.
We thank God.
We thank God indeed.
We thank God.
Yeah. By the way, you look very nice.
Thank you.
Why you don't believe me?
Well, I know I don't always look nice, but so it's a shocker.
No,
I did put effort.
You don't always look nice. You always look nice.
No, I don't always look nice. I know I don't put a lot of effort. Guys, I don't. I'm the paras of the paras.
No,
that's such a word. But thank you so much, my love. I appreciate the compliment.
You look very nice.
Thank you, honey. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys. So welcome back to the brown couch.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Hey, I don't know, man. Maybe it might catch
Conversations
on.
on the brown couch.
Yeah. But
sounds nice.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Maybe it might catch on. Tell us in the comment section.
Yeah.
So welcome back to the How We series.
Yes.
So the last time we were here, I think it was in December, 2 months ago.
Yes.
And a lot of things have happened since then. Anything amazing?
There was traveling involved. I think in one of our vlogs we mentioned that I think it was a reflection video, that I'm from the Eastern Cape, I was from Limpopo. So we had to travel back home.
Yeah.
So there was that, which was a long drive. We did some stops in between.
Yeah.
So that's
Check out the videos on the channel. They're there for those of you who haven't already.
Yes, please. So there was that traveling, and
well, I was hoping you didn't mention the traveling and all that. Anything else that significant that has happened?
Apart from getting sick,
like maybe on the channel, I don't know. Yeah, bad too.
As you can see, we are so excited.
How this girl?
How can I?
But from traveling, I was sick. Yeah. Oh my God.
A lot has happened, baby. You also said a lot has happened. So
that was
guys,
a segue. That was a segue. Like I catch on.
Impossible. I missed it. But guys, we got 100 subs.
Yeah.
That was exciting. That was so exciting.
100 of you have smashed the subscribe button.
Yes, and thank you so much.
We are so grateful, guys. Hey.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Like, we would not have gotten this far without you.
Yes.
You, each and every one of you in those 100 subbies.
Yeah.
And if you haven't joined the family,
please
do the right thing.
As you're watching,
do the right thing.
Smash, like just smash that button. Smash that button.
What are we getting into today? You did say we're back on our couch.
Yes, we are back with the How We series.
Oh, How We, not How To.
Yes, How We series or How To. Either way, it works out. And it just so happens we didn't sort of plan it, but we sort of planned it.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that it's January.
Yes, it is January.
And we are doing the How We Do Finances.
How we do finances. What a better way to start the year to talk about this topic.
Yeah.
So we'll be sharing with you guys how Kgabo and I deal with finances in our relationship. So let's get on to it.
Yeah. And so, I mean, finances it's like the lifeblood, obviously, of our lives.
Yeah.
Everybody has to deal with finances.
Whether you're in relationships, married, or whatever.
Single.
Yeah.
Or the finances will deal with you.
Whatever will happen, you deal with it, or it will deal with you.
And someone might be thinking, as a way of introduction, it's nice that you guys deal with finances. We don't even have the opportunity.
Let us tell you now, actually.
Yeah. So I'm working full time in this household in terms of our financial
how our finance is structured.
Yes,
basically.
Obviously yours might be structured differently, but I just want to give you an idea of how our finances
context
look. So I work full-time, and then Pelo works part-time. She's
full-time student, part-time working.
Yes. So but she works when she can. Let's say in a month maybe she'll work 4 times
max on good months.
So basically, predominantly speaking, we are a one household income. Yes.
Just to also elaborate on the part-time, previously I used to work more days in a month, right? But because I'm a full-time student, that took a lot of my time. And I struggled a lot academically, physically, mentally, emotionally, and also I did mention in one of the videos that I do commute to campus, so that was a lot, and we had to reduce it to let's do 4 max a month.
More manageable. Or as you say, manageable. How do you say manageable?
What?
You have a funny way of pronouncing
I say manageable.
There you go.
It's manageable.
Oh my gosh, listen to the twang. Okay. All right. So, how we do finances?
Yes.
The first thing that we do with our finances is something that
Pelo doesn't like.
No, I don't think anyone likes it, if we're being honest.
Because I don't like it.
If we're being honest, no one likes it. But I'll tell you where it comes from. And credit must be given where it's due.
Okay.
People like Nicolette Mashile.
Yes, I think it's Mashile.
Yes.
It's Mashile.
So she has...
Sorry if we're saying it wrong, Nicolette.
Yeah. So she has been one of the pioneers of, obviously, YouTube finance. And they have come in and have drilled, and there are others as well, I just can't recall their names. But one of the main things that I have gotten from them is the thing that we have to do, like you put yourself through
out there,
and it's budgeting. Budgeting. It feels like every month it's cruel to have to go through,
especially when you don't have the money.
Yes.
Especially when you don't have the money, it's not nice.
So what does budgeting actually mean for us? What do we mean when we say we budget? So it means that every month we have to sit and draw a budget. Like, I mean,
a financial plan.
Yes.
To say this is how.
Yes. I suppose a budget is a financial plan. But because I was having a conversation with someone recently, and they said, I don't have to write it down because I know it in my head. I'm like, and they said, no, I don't want to because that's too painful. It will make it official that I don't have money.
You need to. So Hannah, you need to.
Yeah.
I think, let me not say you need to, I think it's important to.
Yeah.
Just write it down.
Yeah, and that's how we do it. So I know what the pushback against that might be. It might be that, but I know my expenses. I know my fixed expenses, right?
I know the important things.
Yeah, like I earn 1,000 rand.
Yes.
2,000 rand goes to rent.
This and that.
200 rand goes to rent. 300 rand goes to transport. 500 rand goes to food. Why do I need to sit? And the reason why you need to sit, as I think it was Nicolette who said this, and I've never forgotten this, is the way you see budgeting is instead of your money telling you
where to go, you are telling your money where to go. Instead of your money telling you what to do. Your money is not controlling you. Yes, you are controlling your money.
You're just controlling the money. And to be quite honest, once you've done the budget for several months, it takes months.
It does feel like that.
Yeah, it feels
feel
okay,
like this is what I'm telling the money where to go.
We're not our.
We are not.
We're not our.
We're not. Yeah. By the way, we did consume a lot of Nicolette. She has really shaped our financial.
Nicolette and others. It's not just her.
Yes, it's not just her.
Yeah.
True. She did
You even
help
have
us.
that book.
Yes, we bought her book just to help us with our financial literacy, and it has worked out. There's a lot of lessons, not just budgeting. There's many other lessons we took from her, and they've worked for us.
Yeah.
So it's a painful one. Like I said before, it is a painful one. It's not nice to see that you do not have money, but it does put things into perspective.
Yes.
You know, to say that this is how things are looking like for us this month.
Yes.
And that is an activity we do together.
Yeah.
And I think it wasn't. Would you say it was a struggle to get into this habit?
Yes. It was a struggle.
Okay, sorry, my love. Yeah. Let me rephrase my question. I'm not asking was it a struggle to get into the drawing a budget habit.
Yeah.
But having the conversation about finances with me.
Oh, okay. No, that is
like to get into the habit of us talking about finances. That's what I meant.
Okay, no. That is something we fortunately began having at the onset of our relationship.
Yeah.
So that for me that has never been an issue because we got into it immediately when we started dating. We like the finances weren't a black sheep. Weren't a what do you call it?
Foreign conversation.
Yeah, like something we don't talk about. We're pretty open and genuine and honest. I believe honest with one another. From the beginning. Would you say the same?
I would say the same as well. The reason I actually asked is because just to bring a bit of context, especially that you are the one now who's bringing the bacon. We've always been open about finances. It's like a fighting conversation. Check out our previous video if you don't know. But it's like the fighting conversation. It was one of those conversations we had to talk about when it comes to financing, and over the time then we built on it. So having to put our monies out there wasn't really difficult. It's actually something that we started doing even in our dating to say this is how our finances look like. And so moving from dating to marriage, it wasn't a difficult transition to say, okay, Nancy Mali, you know, but the muscle, exercising the muscle of budgeting Yona was difficult. I mean, it's still not easy even today, but it is better. It is better.
Yeah. And, you know, the other thing about writing down a budget, which I have found, is, so just as a tip, I use Google Notes to do our budgets. And normally I'll draft it and then I'll invite Pelo as a collaborator, and then she'll fill in the rest, and we will panel beat it. The amazing thing has been seeing previous years. If I pull up my phone and you look at previous, you've seen it.
Our trips,
how we would budget for appliances,
everything, literally everything. It also just gives perspective to, you know, starting from the bottom, just how far we've come. Yes, how far we've come together. So I've actually seen it. I haven't really thought much of it, but I've seen it.
No, every time I see it, it's just like, wow, this is where I was 5 years ago. So that's been remarkable.
Anything else with regards to budgeting?
You know, I would say that that's how we do it, ne? And we have to be honest as well to say that we write down the budget.
Yes.
Ne? And then part 2 of the story.
whether we will follow it is another conversation.
Yes. So at the moment we are in drafting, we are winning.
With drafting. Drafting, you know. Drafter.
Keeping to the budget, that's a whole other conversation. But at least we have a platform to launch off. So often what usually happens, because again we're one income household, right? And we don't necessarily budget with my part-time monies income.
Yes, we don't necessarily budget with that because it's almost like we play it by ear type of thing. It's part-time, it's not fixed part-time. It's also dependent on availability of space and all that stuff. So we don't budget. So often we have to alter the budget depending on if I got some gigs or not. So that's why we like, when it comes to following, it's a bit tricky there.
Now, budgeting will obviously take the majority of this video because it's just so central to our our financial thing, our financial life. Now I forgot what I wanted to say completely. I had the thought and then and then it went. Because guys, that's what happened. I can see you as well. And in my peripheral vision, I'm like, she's watching me.
I'm listening and I'm laughing at the fact that I was so attentive, like mamele, like
no, I wanted to speak about the adjustment, adjusting the budget, but what about it? I completely forgot.
All right.
I guess we'll see it in our finances later this month. Jesus Bella.
Okay, but that just
yeah. Okay. But anyway,
that was a good
hopefully the thought will come back to me. But so my dollar guys, these things happen. Maralwena, stop looking at me like that. How about you?
Okay, the family pressure.
Yeah, how she.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, all right. So, do you want to take us through the second thing that we do?
Second point that we do is stretching our finance. Oh my gosh, this just happened to me.
Yeah.
We stretch our finances, right?
Yes.
So, what do we mean by that? We intentionally look out for specials. We intentionally look out for specials. And if you know us, you know that we do not buy, at most 90% of the time, things that are not on special.
Yes.
And the special has to make sense.
Yes.
Right? Because they can be special out there.
These retailers.
Hey, and then you find that it's like $1 difference.
Yeah.
And you're just like, that's not a special. And as a result of that, we are not scared to wait.
Yes.
As a result, we wait.
Yeah.
Like we don't mind waiting because we know it's coming. It's definitely coming. So we don't mind waiting for a while until whatever we need is on special. There are extreme occasions where this thing is really a necessity, and we have to weigh out the necessity. We have to consider, all the various options, exhaust them for us to actually say, okay, it is a necessity, and we buy it on normal price. But majority of the time, we look out for specials.
And it might sound simple, guys. One, it might sound simple, and two, it might sound like, does it really work? Like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to chase around a R2 here and a R3 there? And for us, it does.
It's worth it. It works.
It's worked for us. It has worked. And it means that we will sift through the month-end promotions or the sales of Spar, of ShopRite, of Macro, of Pick and Pay, and look for those savings. If you are not, and you've been thinking of this, it's worth it. Or at least we have found it to be worth it.
And it works for us. I mean, we do live in a very small city. We live in Port Elizabeth. It's very small, and where we stay, it's quite central. So it's not like driving 30 kilometers for R2, right? Just to also bring a bit of context to it. Shops are close by, literally close by, and if they're not close, they are on our way to wherever, right? So we're bound to pass that store or go in that direction where we need that thing. And this goes out for grocery, clothing, furniture, everything. Literally everything.
Part of stretching the money, we have what we traditionally called lay-by. So we used to lay-by something. Lay-by still exists, by the way. We still utilize lay-by as well. That's part of stretching the money. You buy something and you put money gradually till you've completed the payment and you get it out. Now there are platforms like Payflex, Pay Just Now, there's Happy Pay, there's Float, but the common ones,
those that are 0% interest.
Yes, there's we commonly use Pay Just Now
and Payflex.
So those are just part of stretching our money. If you don't know what we're talking about, just Google these things.
And it has worked for us, guys. Like this is something we've been doing literally most of our lives since it started, actually. And it works out perfectly. It makes life easy, you know.
It stretches the money.
Yes, so that's one of the things we do.
Yeah.
And the third thing that we do, if I'm not missing out anything on two.
No, I think in terms of stretching the money, yeah, those are the things. Rewards programs as well.
Yes, things like that.
Yeah, so for example, we would fill up at one filling station and make sure that we combine our points so that we can build we take advantage of everyday things. For me personally, I don't see why I have to give corporate South Africa all of my money, and I've been telling my sisters during December, never pay full price.
Because you know you're gonna get it at a different price. It's gonna get there, and believe me when I say that, it's gonna get there. And the thing is, if it doesn't, then clearly we're not meant to buy it. That's another thing we are also okay with. If you want a pair of shoes, let's say, you wait for them until they're on special. If they're not and they're never on special, then tough luck, my friend.
That's not to say we buy everything.
No, I did say majority of the stuff. I did say majority of the stuff. It's only those necessities. And we have to weigh out that we end up buying on normal price.
Yeah. All right. The third thing that we do.
Yes. Third thing that we do
is we utilize our relationships.
Yes.
Very tricky one. But let's explain what we mean.
Yes. Okay, so just start with before let's judge it.
Utilize our relationships.
We've got good relations with our families, with our friends, with our colleagues, Kgabo in particular. So we do overextend those relations by coming up together and saying, guys, I send this stock fail.
Yes.
You know, let's do a stock fail. We are struggling. When you are friends, you not so
we are struggling. I know we are, but it sounds bad.
Okay.
We have a common vision. We have a common vision. No?
Okay.
We have a common vision.
Okay. So when you are friends, you know your struggles, right? In your circles. So it's like, okay, stock fails, and you trust each other, then you guys start a stock fail. You know, whether it's with your colleagues or whether it's your friends, that also helps our finances.
Yes.
Anything you want to say on that?
Yeah, so it's about, basically it's about, when you talk about utilizing the relationships, is indeed we both of us belong to stock fails, and particularly money stock fails, so that we leverage the relationship we have, and stock files have been around
for many years.
Our mothers
many years.
Our grandmothers did it. Probably our great grandmothers do it. So it's just a tradition.
Where do they do it?
Sorry.
Never mind. You said our great grandmothers probably do it.
No, did it. So I meant did it.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. So we do it as well. But also to say that we do ask for money from
family,
from our parents and our family, but the big caveat there is in a responsible manner.
Yes.
I'd like to think we build trust, and we go to them when it's necessary.
Extremes again. Extremes again. We do have quite good relations with our parents, and close family members. So that's how we feel like they've opened it. In fact, it's not even a matter of feeling like they've opened that door to say we are more than willing to help out. You know, so we do hop on that to say families, you know.
And a few things I want to say about that, baby. That one, we acknowledge that it's a privilege to have parents who can help. Most people would be watching this, perhaps, well, we know South Africa probably don't have that. So we have that privilege, and from time to time, not that we come from wealthy families.
No, we don't.
Not at all. But and also we sort of understand our parents' finances as well. They've also sort of given us a little bit of trust with that, so we can ask when we can. And then secondly, it's a door that we don't just open.
We don't take it lightly, man. It takes a lot from us to open that door, because there's also that, you know, it's not easy to ask. You know, it's not easy to ask, but we do really appreciate their willingness to help. Like we really get a lot of help from family.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate their willingness to help us out.
Yeah.
In so much that
Thank
we
you,
are very in so much that we're very cautious.
Yeah.
In when to open that door.
Yeah.
You know. And again, it has to be, or it usually is, extremes.
Yeah.
When we feel like, okay, we've really exhausted our options.
Yeah.
And so then we open that door again.
Yeah. And again, there was something I wanted to say that just flew away. Oh yes, I wanted to say we did want to be honest.
Yes.
Regarding this
our finances,
aspect. Yes, to say that, because I don't want to give an impression that those guys have it all together financially by themselves.
No, we don't. We get a lot of help, guys.
Yeah,
we get a lot of help.
So we're grateful for that, and we wanted to be honest.
Yes,
wanted to be honest about that. Look, the final thing we want to talk about, maybe I can ask you, baby, since maybe I'm bringing the bacon and I don't know. But yes, you'll tell me.
Yes.
How has your financial autonomy been in the arrangement we have? Your financial independence. Do you feel that you have financial independency? Feel like you can make decisions, or is Kgabo always like budget, on a budget?
Akuna mali, because akuna mali, so akuna mali. In all honesty, I do feel that you make it easy for me again, right? You allow me to be autonomous, if that's the word, when it comes to finances. So yes, independence or independent. Why am I echoing things that you're saying?
Your English bundles.
Okay, so you do allow me to make independent financial decisions.
Okay.
And by independent, I mean it doesn't always have to be restricted on the budget, right? So if, for instance, I need to use the money that I have, I don't always have to go via you, right? Or anything like that. That's what I mean. Like I do have room to use money whenever I want, right? And however I want. But yes, I was going to say responsibly, because even me, I understand the budget.
Yeah.
I understand the state of our finances are pending.
Yeah.
So splurging is not an option.
Yeah.
Right?
Not always.
Not always. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Like most of the time splurging is not an option. Is that what you mean by not always?
Yes, like there are moments where we splurge.
Yes. But most of the time those moments are catered for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's that, man. I don't feel that I can't.
Yeah.
I don't feel that I shouldn't. If I'm on campus and I randomly decide I want KFC, even though I've got lunch, I have that freedom financial impulses. I have that freedom to make those purchases.
Yeah.
Right. So, which I appreciate, because I feel like a lot of that freedom comes from your partner. So if your partner is also a bit stiff or some type of way when it comes to finances, you won't feel that you can and you should, where you have to report everything. And for me, Kgabo also doesn't make me account for each and every cent.
Yes.
If it happens that, maybe he's given me a certain amount of money and it was for this, and for some odd reason, short, and it wasn't meant to. And I go back to him and say, listen here, I'm short of 2 and 3. I don't feel like I'm in court.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what did you use the money for? That's not always the case. Most of the time it's like, oh, okay. How much extra do you need? And I feel like that makes me feel comfortable as well. Rather than so I don't feel like that. But when you do feel like I'm extremely irresponsible, you also call me out to say, look, my love, like, not necessarily questioning what I did with the money, but just addressing the principle or the behavior to say, let's be careful here and there. But I suppose it also helps knowing how the finances look like, so that it's late for us. Yes. So there's that openness as well to say,
well, I'm really glad to hear that. I really am. I am glad to hear that. And the other thing I wanted to say is, I also have that.
Yes.
I also get that. I'm not like like the tied to the budget, it's not a burden. I do feel financial freedom and autonomy. So yeah, so with that, baby, is there anything else you want to add on to how we finance?
No, I don't think there's anything else I want to add when it comes to finances. I feel like there's definitely always room for improvement for us, but I am also quite comfortable, right? I'm not sure if that's, or content, to use your own words, with how we do finances.
Yeah. So as you know, or maybe you don't know, we are not financial experts.
Yes.
So we have to put the disclaimer in to say that this is not financial advice. This is a how we
Kgabo and
do
Pelo
finances.
do finances.
Please contact an accredited financial advisor for financial advice. I repeat, it's not financial advice. But hopefully, if there are useful tips that you can take from us,
please take on them. And
yeah.
if you would like us to elaborate on something we've mentioned, drop us a comment. Let's chat about it there. And
I'm sure there's a lot we have probably missed.
What with
that
comments?
They can remind us of.
Oh yes, please do. Please drop us a comment. And let's talk about it. Then.
And the nice thing about having a community is that now they can also share with us how they do their finances. In the comment section, and we can pick up something maybe that can work for us.
Or something that someone can pick on.
Yes, that perhaps we also don't have currently in our financial life. But anything else, baby?
No, my love.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us. Please
hit the like button. YouTube loves the like button. Please subscribe. Please share. Continue sharing.
Yes.
And those of you who have not yet subscribed, please
do the right thing.
Yes, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, see you in the next installment.
Cheers.
Bye.